Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? We're back. We're back with another DMJ race, you say? Really, Ghost? Yes, really, ladies and gentlemen. DMJ Vroom Room proudly presents Choice of Weapons Season 3, Round 1, Pro-Am Division. Ooh, spicy. Another division here this season we go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our Pro-Ams this season making history. The first ever second split in a Choose Your Weapon series from DMJ. And we are absolutely tickled pink. Because I tell you what, you know, those pros, they put on a pretty good race last night. But I tell you what, I got a sneaky suspicion. My gut's telling me here that we're in for an absolute banger tonight, chat. These Pro-Am drivers are so close together in qualifying. We should expect to see some really good battles here tonight. So, let's talk about this real quick, okay? The cars, the BMWs. Look at that track loop getting in the way. Alright, the BMW M6 here, ladies and gentlemen. This is driven by our defending champion, Apex Jakey, last night. So, with that being said, we're going to bring up a lap here from our defending champion, and we're going to talk you through a lap around St. Croix B. So, on board with Apex Racing's Jakey. Going to hit those brakes at about the 100-meter board. We're going to just try and catch the right tires on into that sunrise there. We're going to sit here and just stay on the left side of the track, and we're just going to coast it through this little kink right here. And just nice and easy. And right at the curb, we're going to get on to the brakes as we come into the uphill left-hander here. And then this is going to take us into the Eastern S's, ladies and gentlemen. From here, you're going to sweep over to the left side of the racetrack. And you're going to continue on down here, staying to the left side until it starts to cut in. Here, you're going to pop shift down a couple of gears, try to catch those apexes, and be very patient here. You need to roll all the way through until you get past that bump, which we see the little wiggle there from Apex Jakey. Coming on to the Rene Bridge here, as we're heading into a very long straightaway, and then it comes into a 90-degree left-hand corner. You're braking at about the 100-meter board here. Drop it down into third gear, maybe second for rotation, back up into third on the power here. You're going to come close to that wall, as close as you can get without touching it. Move back to the left side. You're coming into the carousel now. You're just kind of letting off here. Maybe you got a downshift just to keep your rotation nice and steady. And it's a patience game here. You don't want to get on exit too early, or it's game over for these poor race car drivers. And get it just right. You come out with a great amount of speed. You keep it over to the left side up this very long run. We call it the runway. Comes around the kink here, as that is where the entrance for, I believe, the A layout is. And then we come in braking at the curbs here, coming into what we're calling a wild boar here, ladies and gentlemen. And well, it speaks for itself. It's a wild corner. It's got a little undulation there. It sweeps and it's very high speed. That takes us into our central S's here. You're just going to try and clip each apex as a proper apex. And then you can just give it a little bit of a lift here just to cars settle down into that downhill sector, back on the power, sweep it all the way out, not too much curb, and then move over to the left side at about the curb here. You're going to start braking, come down into fourth gear, and you're going to brave it through sunset here, just trying to graze that wall to get maximum time here. And this is a 2:05.435 lap, ladies and gentlemen. So well done there by our defending champion Apex Racing's Jakey. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got us a lobby full of absolutely ready to go race car drivers. So just bear with me. I got to reset my capture card because this is just a trend lately. There we go. Little blue screen for everybody. There we go. All right. We got 1 minute left, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start qualifying, so let's talk about the series real quick. We'll catch up with all the chat. I see all those shares. I see all those likes. I see all those comments. I see you out there. We appreciate you. We're just a little behind schedule. First round of the season, we had a big drivers briefing here before the race, and it just ran a little bit long. So all good. Should be a good race. The names I recognize are solid, absolutely. And we'll go through the field as our qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to reset this lobby here in about a minute's time. We're going to start qualifying. Paradise coming in with that thumbs up. Aaron coming in with the thumbs up. Paymay coming in with the thumbs up. Pete Jones coming in with the thumbs up. And Olander also coming in with that reaction and the multiple shares. Pete Jones coming in with the multiple shares. Olander Gaming coming in with the thumbs up. Absolute legend right there. LJ coming in with the thumbs up as well. We appreciate everybody who's popped in here already. Plus, I see you beautiful, beautiful viewers over there on YouTube. We see you, Vegas. We see you, Larry. We appreciate everybody. All right, so we got to reset the lobby. Bear with chat, as I am the host here. I got a couple extra tasks to do here tonight. Sit there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So just a little look at what we're doing behind the scenes here. And we're going to let all our drivers tick in. And we are missing one driver here currently right now. I'm just going to check Discord here real quick to see if he sent a message here. We're missing a Kilt Racer tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not sure what's up with Mr. Kilty, but I hope everything's all right. Hopefully he's just unable to make it tonight. But here we go. Everybody is checking in. So it is going to be time to qualify, and it should be interesting. So we've seen the pros put in some really low 2:04 laps in qualifying last night. So now we're going to see what this Pro-Am lobby does. And I got to tell you, qualifying, it was close. There were some of these drivers that were really close to that pro cutoff, and the next like 10 drivers in behind are so tight in times that we're going to see some good racing here. We see some familiar faces and some familiar situations developing already on the racetrack before the season even starts. So we're just waiting for one more driver to check in here, and then we'll get qualifying underway. So all right, let's catch up on chat while we wait for that driver to tick in. All right, we got Howdy GT. How's it going? Hey, what's up, Nolander? Let's go, y'all. My head's a bobbing. Let's go, Apex Boys, says Larry. What up, everyone? Hey, what's up, Hulky? How you doing? Hope you're glad to see you, my man. Let's go, Jonesy, Pete Jones. Let's go, DDR Boys, too, for that matter, says Paul. Only 2 Apex in there. That leaves an open podium spot, says Larry. Let's go. Should be a good race. The names I recognize are solid. All right, we're just waiting for death here, so Hulky coming in with that thumbs up as well. We appreciate you. We see you out there, you legend. Alright, we're going to do a quick stream check. Coming in with that share. We appreciate that extra support too as well from you, my guy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're just checking on everything. Everything looks pretty good. We're just waiting for a driver to check in here. Oops. I hate this controller sometimes. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. We're good to go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this thing going. So 15 minutes qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And while we're doing this, I'll break down the series for you. All right, so here we go. Good luck, gentlemen. We have 13 drivers all checked in. All right, make sure everybody gets out on track here. All right, so we got a couple things we got to watch out for here. First off, let's make sure everybody gets out on the racetrack. So, we've turned off the fuel consumption. We've turned off the tire wear for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. We're letting the Pro-Ams send it, full send it here in round one for everybody to show off what they can do here around the racetrack, show off and display that skill that we have here in our second lobby. And Egon is going to lead the charge. And fun fact about Egon, ladies and gentlemen, he is one of our drivers driving on the VR headset this season. So he was required, of course, to qualify with that. And with that, he did. So he gets to race with the VR headset this season, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we have Egon, returning driver from seasons 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen. And definitely looking forward to being back here in season 3. But like I said, one of the VR drivers here this season. So going to be a little bit of a different kind of racing here for Egon against all these people that are still on their wheels and their pads here. We've got Apex Racing Superman. He is returning from season 2 here as well. So welcome back to Superman. We've got DDR Vegas, and he's returning from both seasons here as well. So a veteran here at DMJ, ladies and gentlemen. We got DDR Jonesy, and he's a new fresh face here at DMJ. He's not a stranger to who DMJ is, but this is going to be his first season here in DMJ. So welcome to Jonesy, and of course a DDR driver here from DDR Racing as well. Pretty sweet. Got Apex Racing's Heathen here, and this is going to be his first season here, I believe, at DMJ. I can't remember if he actually raced last season. Correct me if I'm wrong, Larry. We got Bandit here. He's returning from season 2 as well, so he's coming to give it a crack here on the GT7 platform. Again, we've got CB Matt here as well, ladies and gentlemen, and he is a new driver this season, so welcome to Matt. We've got ATK Death here. We've seen his teammate Streeter Tom in that pro lobby last night, so welcome to Death as well. We've got Miguel Dizzle here. And this driver we got our eyes on. He is definitely a guy we suspect will do very well here in the series as he's going around, as he was one of those drivers just on the bubble of the pro division here in qualifying. So welcome to him as it's his first crack at the series here as well. We've got Pete Snow here as well, and he's coming in for the first time to race as well, and I suspect that him and Apex Racing's Heathen may engage in some shenanigans here from previous past seasons and good battling that these guys have had in the past as well. Very closely paced drivers. We've got Ridge Raider 77 here from Flying Fox Racing coming in for his first season as well. ATB coming back, returning from season 2, and he is looking to strike here in season 3. And we've got Chip Reese here, a new face this season, so welcome to Chip Reese here as well. And like I said, we're missing Kilty here tonight, so he still has time to get in. If he's there, he can still get in and at least start in the back of the pack for the race here, but we're not sure where Kilty's at here tonight, folks. But it is Egon here as we're coming up to the Renee Bridge, and we've got a fancy fun little track map I'll show to you viewers and of course the racers out there here in a little bit. We'll talk about St. Croix B. We've taken some time to take a stab at naming the corners of St. Croix B here, and it was some very hard research from our map designer, Miss Devious, here at GT45 Gaming. She's done a spectacular job, so I can't wait to show everybody. And let me know what you guys think of the quarter names when we, as we throw them out there and as we talk about it. Ooh, a little bit of contact there from Superman up against a wall that might affect him there. There is damage turned on in qualifying. Unfortunately, he was in last season, and thanks, appreciate that, Larry. So Heathen is returning driver. I thought he was, but for some reason my brain was questioning it. Alright, so it's Egon here. He's coming around. So these drivers got to deal with 5 times tire wear, ladies and gentlemen. Every time these drivers come around this racetrack, it's like doing 5 laps around the circuit. So the soft tires are going to wear very quickly here around St. Croix B tonight, and that happens to be the mandatory tire here tonight. So the drivers are required to use the soft tire for a minimum of 1 full circuit lap. So that means they have to run a full complete lap, start to finish line on that tire. They cannot, however, pit until the end of lap 3. So essentially at the end of lap 4, they can come in and pit 4 tires. However, if a driver has damage, we got Egon coming in there. We got Superman up on pole position there with a 2:08.9. Let's see what Bandit's got, as he's our 3rd driver to come around here. And that was a couple of great times there by our first 2 drivers. So sorry, we'll get back to that details here in a second. And Bandit is going to stay in P3. We got Heathen coming into pit lane for a new set of rubber. Death is going to stay in 4th. We've got Miguel coming around here. Let's see what he got. He's going to move himself into 5th place. Oh, he's going to move himself into 2nd place. My bad. We've got CB Matt now jumping up into P2. Vegas Paul coming around here. He's going to be in 9th. We've got Heathen dropping all the way down to the pit. Ridge Raiders coming across here. He is going to end up in P9. Let's see what else we got here. We've got ATB coming across. Got my eyes on this driver tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to go on pole position. I knew my gut was telling me something here tonight. Watch out for ATB, chat. Chip Race here, and he is on an outlap. So ATB is our current pole sitter with a 2:07.025. ATB is looking ready to race, folks. At ATK Death currently sitting in 2nd place, just behind with a 2:07.595. This driver looks ready. CB Matt with a 2:07.6. We got Miguel with a 2:08.3. Oh, we got a little bit of gap between 3rd and 4th. We got PD there with a 8.7. We got Superman with a 2:08.9. We've got Egon 2:09.8. We got Bandit here with a 2:10.5. So he's looking good in the mid pack here right now. We got Jonesy with a 2:10. We got Ridge with a 2:11.1. Vegas with a 2:14. Not the best lap here for him so far. Heathen has yet to put in a full lap, and same with Chip. So right now it is ATB leading the charge here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Apex is freak. Hey, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Apex is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. Egon coming around. He's the first driver out on track, so we're going to stick with him and Superman here. Actually, Superman's just up ahead of him, so we've seen them side by side actually when we're going through our grid. So this is going to be the 2nd time around here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Superman's got. Ooh, Egon with a big wiggle coming out of the corner there and a really short exit. And we're going to see a 2:08.9. That's going to put him up at a P5. Egon's going to stay in 7th. We got Bandit coming around. We got somebody with a fancy livery in behind there. ATK Death, I believe that is. And he is gaining on Bandit. Let's go Apex. Let's go Death. Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing, brother? And Bandit's going to stay in 8th. Where is Death? Death's going to stay in 2nd place here. Let's go see if he improved on that. Miguel's going to come around with a 2nd place there with a 2:07.3. So he's going to knock Death down a spot on the track. Let's keep going here. Where's our next driver? We got Petey coming down right now. He's going to go up into 6th. Egon's in 7th. Bandit's in 8th. Jonesy's in 9th. Ridge, he's coming around right now. That's going to put him up into P8th now. We got Vegas coming around, and he's about midway. We got Heathen here. Let's see what Heathen's at. He's at a 2:10.2, so 12th place for him. Chip still hasn't put a full lap in yet. Let's jump back on with ATB here for a minute. Mr. Vegas, let's go. 2 DDRs. Let's get it, says Hulky. And ATB just coming around here. He's just coming into that first set of S's. So here we go around in. I can't remember what this corner is called. Misdevious. I'm sorry. I apologize. And he is purple right now, ATB. So the pole sitter looking good today, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one of the drivers I have on my short list here to potentially be a Pro-Am champion this season for the first Pro-Am season. So we'll have to see if he's got what it takes. We got an M3 bouncing out of the way there. 2:06.797, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting around this racetrack very quick. Miguel is currently half a second in behind with 2/10 between him and ATK Death. We got Matt here. He's literally a whisker in behind ATK Death as he's coming around. Let's see what he's got. He's going to sit there and stay in 4th. We've got Superman in pit. We got Pete coming around here. He's got that signal light on. We got Egon. Where's Petey here? He's getting close to the end of the lap here. Same with Egon. We got Ridge and Superman here as Ridge just came out in front of Superman there. We got Bandit there. Egon with a 2:09.4. So that moves him up a little bit as well. Actually, that keeps him up in 7th, but it is an improvement by 0.4 of a second on his time. So that puts him about 3/4 of a second behind PD, who's at a 2:08.7. Superman currently sitting in 5th, and he went into the pit lane there, so he's on an outlap. I believe Matt there as well, 2:06.9. Let's stick with ATK Death here, 2:07.9 from Pete Snow. That's going to move him up into P5. Boy, these guys are really out there to get it tonight, aren't they, chat? I think they want to. I think they want to show up the boys up in that Tuesday night lobby here. I love this. Let's get some, boys. Let's get some. All right, ATK Death currently sitting in 3rd place here right now, and he's just coming into the Eastern S's here. So it's a bit of a downhill run with an S sector as well, undulating corners, and then that takes us up into the infamous, what we know it as in the community, and we always have called it as this Bridge Hill, and that leads us up into the Renee Bridge, ladies and gentlemen. So Bridge de Renee, pardon. De Renee Bridge. See, I'm unfamiliar. Let's go Apex. Ooh, the fans are in the house tonight. All right, let's go find somebody coming across the line here. Where's Superman at? He is a little bit further up than Death is, so let's sit on with Superman here. I believe he's kind of the lead car in this whole thing anyways right now. We got Chip Reese coming in, not improving on his lap there, I don't think. Nice wide exit there by Superman, not quite using all that racetrack there. He left a little bit of speed on the table there, but let's see what he's got as he comes around Sunset Corner here, leading up to the start-finish line. Gets a nice little wide exit there. Merch coming in with a 2:06.9. That's going to put him up into 2nd place. So when Superman's going to come through there, and it's going to keep him in P6. So it's a 2:07.5. We got Pete with a 2:07.9. We got Death with a 2:07.5. We got Miguel with, we're not sure. We got Matt with a 2:06.9. So that's going to put it Miguel at about a 2:07.3. And ATB with a 2:06.655. He just continues to find time and assert his dominance here in qualifying. We have 4 minutes remaining. We're going to see about two and a half more laps from our drivers here. CB Matt here in P2. We got Miguel in 3rd currently. We got ATK Death. He's just coming through here right now. We got Lewis Harvey coming in with that like and that share. Much love, my guy. Appreciate that extra support with that share. And welcome in. Hope you're doing fantastic. He does not improve. Snow coming through here. He continues to improve a little bit by little bit, but a little bit off on that time. He had a 2:08 that was that lap. We got Superman there. See what Heathen has here is he's been slowly eking his way up that leaderboard. He's in P7. We got Egon coming through, Ridge Raider coming through. Bandit is put it in pit lane, certain in 10th currently. We got Jonesy coming around. Let's see where Jonesy gets in as he comes around here. And I believe it's going to be about 1 more lap to go here for Jonesy. So let's see what he can do here. And it is a 2:08.6. Let's just double check that. It is a 2:08.6. That's good enough for P7 here. Egon down to 9th, Ridge in 10th. That puts Bandit in 11th. We got Vegas here in 12th. And we've got Chip not having a good day there in that corner, as he was just checking out to see how good that sand track really did slow down the momentum here for the track officials before we get the official race underway. So we appreciate that extra help there from the Chip Reese Racing team. ATB, he is absolutely on fire right now. Joe coming in with that thumbs up as well. Appreciate you, my guy. ATB is definitely a man on a mission right now. All right, we got Superman coming back across here. Oh yeah, he's got easily enough time for another map here. We got a 2:06.7 from CB Matt there, so he's improved. We got I believe that was a 2:07. It's a 2:07.2 from Apex Racing Superman. That puts him up into P4 just ahead of Death, so that was a great improvement there. Good lap from Superman. We got Miguel here in P3. He's at a 2:07.2, so he's improved slightly on his, a 2:06.7 here from CB Matt, and he is absolutely lurking on ATB here currently. He's just tucked right back in behind our current pole sitter. And this is getting close. This is getting very close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is going to be a fun race. We got Petey here in 6th. We got Jonesy in 7th. We've got Heathen here in 8th place. We've got Egon a little bit slow coming through that corner there. Currently sitting 9th. Ridge Raider sitting in P10. We've got Bandit. He's back out in 11th. We've got Vegas here in 12th. And we've got Chip. He is cruising around the racetrack. Petey coming in with a 2:07.3, but it's not enough. Oh, it is enough. It puts him ahead of ATK Death. And, ooh, that is a big, big turn 1. That's going to be a penalty there for Petey, and that's probably going to kill his qualifying right there, and there it is. So, ATK Death here. P6 currently. Jonesy's coming around, and he's on a heater here. Let's see it. Oh, I thought he was on a 2:07 there, but it's 2:08.9. He's still holding 7th place here. We got Heathen coming out of pit lane. Figures he's got enough time here. We'll have to see. Egon in 9th. Let's stay with Egon here as he comes around. Miguel sitting 1 with a 2:06.7, so he lurks in even closer. The top 3 separated by less than a 1/10 of a second, I believe, right now, currently, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, boy, here we go. We seen this in the pro lobby last night too. The top three were less than a tenth of a second in qualifying. We look like we're seeing about the same thing here again in our pro-am lobbies. So, we might see something spicy. We might see something nice. But I do know that we're in for an absolutely great race here tonight at DMJ Vroom Vroom North America. So, Bandit coming around. We got Vegas. We got Chip. We got ATB with a 206.3. Again going, okay, I see you guys. And I raise you a low 206. Ooh, but he's going to get it wrong right there. And that is qualifying over for ATB. So, CB Mac coming through with a 206.020. Here to break the heart of ATB at the last possible second with no time left on that clock. He is going to steal pole position. I think he's pretty happy about that right now. 0.3 of a second over ATB, who looks like he was going to lock that pole position down, and he absolutely brings it in. We have Miguel still on a lap here. He is quite a bit down, though. It's going to need a very big improvement here to make up for that time. We got Superman also on a lap here still. ATK going up into P4 with a 207.025 as well, so he improves on his final lap to put himself higher up the grid. Oh boy, we are in for some racing, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get good tonight. This is going to get good. I can feel it. So here we go. We're on board with Miguel as he comes through the central S's here right now. This is the second set of S's, ladies and gentlemen. This is the downhill S's coming into what we're calling the drag strip here. And this leads us into the final corner, Sunset. And that takes us to the start-finish line to see what Miguel's going to put in. And Josie coming in there with a 7th place time, so he does not improve. And Miguel knows that he's not on it this time. He's just going to move it over. Death is finished. Superman is on a flyer. He's only down 0.3 here, so let's see if he can make it up in this final sector here through the central S's. Wild Boar, central S's, drag strip, Sunset, time. Let's see it. From Apex Racing Superman, can he steal pole position? Looking real solid coming through these central S's. He got great apex there. He's got a great run coming out of the corner using way more of the racetrack this time around. Let's see how he gets this final corner of Sunset here. This is an important corner. You need to get a really great drive out of this corner. Nice, clean exit here. This could be a good lap from Superman. Let's see what he's got here. It's a 207.9. Ladies and gentlemen, so that is good enough for a P5 right there, so that does move him up the list for sure. That's going to put him just ahead of Pete Snow. We got Jonesy here. He's finished. Heathen's finished. Egon's finished. I believe Ridge Raider's on a flyer. Let's see if he's... Nope, that is not an improvement by any means. Bandit has those four-ways on. That is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, so it is going to be CB Matt in his first ever DMJ Vroom Room appearance here in North America. Is going to be pole sitter tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to CB Matt. Absolutely incredible qualifying there. So we have the drivers will now have 2 minutes to chill, relax, make sure the equipment's all up and vibing, and we're going to kick off this race, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go and view our qualifying results, and it starts with CB Matt with a 206.020. Second place ATB with a 206.325. Miguel Dizzle right in behind with a 206.7. ATK will line up beside him on that second row with a 207.025. Apex Racing Superman lines up first in the third row at a 207.2. Pete Snow beside him with a 207.385. Jonesy leads up that fourth row in that Z4 with a 208.3, and Heathen right beside him with a 208.8 in 8th place. Moving down the grid, we've got Egon in 9th with a 209.146. Ridge Raider lining up beside him with a 209.544, and he's going to take that M3 tonight. A Bandit in 11th with the GT3, the M6, sorry, a GT3 model, sprint model, 210, sitting in 11th with Vegas Paul right beside him with a 211, and Chip Reese rounding out our field here in 13th position, ladies and gentlemen. So that is our qualifying order. Love to see what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're in for some pretty incredibly tight racing. So while these drivers have a couple minutes here, let's talk about the track a little bit more. St. Croix B, ladies and gentlemen. So the part in the middle there, of course, is the layout we're on. You see the two gray outline sections on the right and the left-hand side of the racetrack. That is, of course, the C and A layouts just outlined in the background, but we are on St. Croix B. So, very difficult racetrack. It's 4.3 miles, 7 kilometers long. It has 14 left and right-hand turns. It is a tarmac road type. It is a original circuit, and it has an elevation change of 144 feet, ladies and gentlemen. So a little bit of quick information here from St. Croix, and that is a look at what these drivers are up against here tonight for 40 minutes at DMJ Vroom Room. Of course, huge credit goes to Miss Devious here, one of our admins and of one of our racers here, DMJ Vroom Room and GT45 Gaming. Much love to Miss Devious for the absolutely amazing artwork here provided to us tonight. We'll get back to that a little bit later in the broadcast. So, we've got one more minute here, and we're going to send these guys racing, ladies and gentlemen. They're not even waiting. I think they're ready, chat. Like, yeah, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of our 13 drivers have already readied up. So we will we'll give them the rest of their time, though, because we don't want to rush the process. And we'll wait for our other 3 drivers there. But I think these guys are ready to go. I think they're excited. What do you guys think? You guys ready, ladies and gentlemen, out there watching in Veerland? Are we ready for 40 minutes of absolute hot, intense action here at France at St. Croix B? I am. These guys are going to put on a show tonight. I promise you that. No Kilty. I'm not sure where Kilty is. Alright. We got 2 more readies, and we will send this thing here. We will communicate with our drivers. Will be a 1-minute start. Let's just do that. That makes it nice and simple. You cannot touch this PS5 controller. It is crazy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so if we're basing off of what our Pro Division last night did here at DMJ Vroom Room on St. Croix, we should expect to see anywhere between 18 and 19 total laps around the racetrack. Again, 5 times tire wear here. It's going to be very, very hard on the tires in these cars. Fuel, still an issue, not as much of an issue as the tires are. Let's go, Miguel, says Madeline. He had an appointment this morning. Okay. Time to get down and okay. Leave that one up to the imagination. Gary coming in with that thumbs up as well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? I'm ready. We've got 13 ticked in drivers. We had 13 drivers qualify. Let's go racing. Kick them tires. Light them fires. Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's DMJ Vroom Room. Choice of weapon. Season 3, Round 1. Pro-Am Division. Let's go. Give me some spectator mode. Rock and roll. Alright, let's bring up some... We'll bring that up. We're going to bring this up. Actually, we got to bring this up for the beginning of the race. Alright, false start grids check here, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot jump that green light, so we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, 5. Waiting on the greens, the engines are revving, and it is absolutely time to send it here. We are off here for the season here, ladies and gentlemen. Pro-Am Division, Round 1, and CB Matt gets a launch off the start-finish line here. So here we go as we come into Sunrise Corner. ATB in second place, and he is looking for the old switcheroo right off the bat here. He has ATK Death very quickly moving up into third place just in behind him, and ATB is going to take that lead away from Matt very early on in the race, but Matt is like, haha, we ain't done here yet. He is on the inside. No, he is going to tuck back in here as we come up into the Eastern S's. ATB leads the way. It's Matt here in second. We got Death in third. We've got Snow in fourth. We've got Miguel in sixth. We've got Heathen in 7th. We've got Superman in 8th. We've got Egon in 9th. We've got Ridge in 10th. We've got Vegas in 11th. We've got Bandit in 12th. And we've got Chip in 13th. Nobody has any damage. Everybody survived turn 1. Let's go. All right, coming up the bridge hill, ATB leads the charge. So on the Renee Bridge, our absolutely amazing looking field is on way here. We got a battle between Petey and Superman. Nope, Superman is just going to get that spot back to Petey here for the time being. But now we got Jonesy beside Egon, and it's side by side. And ooh, Petey cut Superman off just a little bit there. Maybe he didn't know he was there. Ooh, and Superman getting it a little bit spicy on the exit, but he manages to keep that thing underneath him. And there's game on. Egon is going to gain on the back of Superman here. And we are going to have to keep up with this mid pack here for sure tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jonesy in 7th place right now. He has Ridge Raider in 8th, moving up a couple positions. Vegas Paul very quickly moving up the field here in P9. We got Bandit in 10th place. Chip Reese up to P11. Miguel having some issue here, and ooh, heavy damage on this race car. Maybe an incident into the bridge. And we got Heathen here in 13th. So ooh, Miguel, is he going to pit for damage? Is he going to tough it out? He has a lot of damage there, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like he's going to have to pit there, and that is going to hurt the pit strategy. Now, the drivers are allowed to pit for damage before the pit window. They just cannot change their tires during that closure of the pit lane, but they are allowed, of course, to fix damage so they can get their cars back on the race. So it is ATB 1.7 seconds up the road. Very early lead from ATB. CB Matt here in P2, and ATK Death is all over him. So to start lap 2, our top 3 only separated by a couple seconds here, but 2nd and 3rd place very close together here. 4th place is Pete Snow here as we come around the first time here. We got Superman up in the 5th. We got Egon in 6th. We got Ridge Raider in 7th. We've got Jonesy in 8th. We've got Bandit up in the P9. We've got Vegas in 10th. We've got Chip in 11th. We've got Miguel. He's coming into pit lane. He ain't having none of that, man. He's like, I am fixing this car. And we got Heathen here coming around in 12th place, and he's got some damage here on his car as well. So, interesting. Time to get it down on the track, boys. Good luck to all racing. Hey, let's go, Superman, says Nolander. We appreciate everybody. All right, so it is ATB, and 2 seconds up the road is ATB already. CB Matt here in 2nd place, and he is doing everything he can right now to hold off this man charging ATK's Death. And here we go. He's going to go on the outside as Matt's going to take the defensive approach into the corner here, and we're going to go side by side, coming around the left-hander off the Renee Bridge, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. The best shot we can give you from inside the car as we can here as we coming around. And currently ATK Death is going to hold that position here Matt's going to hold that position from Death here currently, but let's see if he can get a run on him here. He gets a good run. Let's see if he can get the slipstream and get sucked up in as we head in up towards Wild Boar. So we're calling this as a runway. This is a very long straightaway. Even with the kink in play on the B layout, it's still your full speed all the way around. So here we go, side by side again as we're coming into the Wild Boar. Let's see if the Wild Boar kicks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it kicks. It is going to be an inside move here from ATK Death. He does manage to hold Matt off, and no response coming into the S's here, so that was a great job right there by ATK's Death as he gets that job done and moves it up into P2. But CB Matt is not going to be done with this as he is chasing him back down. Let's move through the field here. We got Pete Snow in 4th place, and he is looking good as he's closing in. Superman right there, just a couple seconds in behind him. Egon just a second in behind Superman. A second and a half behind him is Ridge Raider in that BMW M3 here tonight. We've got Jonesy in the Z4. He's up into 8th place. We've got Bandit in that M6. He is cruising along here in 9th. He's got Vegas Paul just in behind him. Chip Reese just a little bit behind in that Z4. And then we've got Heathen with some race car damage there. A little bit behind the pace of Miguel, of course, fixing some race car damage. So, got a couple drivers out of sequence here. Let's go, Bandit, says Madeline. Hey, we got fans coming across from everywhere. We love it. And ATB right now looking to be the fastest man on the racetrack, but it does belong to Pete Snow here currently. So, before we started this race, CB Matt was already leading this championship into round 1 with that beautiful pole position point. Oh, did we lose somebody there? We had a good leg spike there. Ooh, not sure what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to make sure all our drivers are still on track. That makes me a little bit worried that we lost one. Let's just check it out here. No, everybody's still going. All right. Somebody might have jumped into the lobby is what might have happened there. All right, so ATB still leading the way there. Thankfully, the lag spike didn't seem to affect anybody's race too dramatically there. But ATB leading the charge. 2.5 seconds is that gap currently right now from our leader over ATK's Death. So we just seen have a great battle there with CB Matt, who was our pole sitter. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, just to break it down. ATB, Paymay is a big ATB fan here right now, ladies and gentlemen. So ATK Death in P2, we got Matt in P3, we've got Pete in P4, Apex Racing Superman sitting there in P5. He's lurking, he's right there, just trying to keep that gap nice and small so he can attack when the time is right. Egon chasing, he's opening up a gap on Egon here, almost 2 seconds. Ridge Raider still about 1 second from Egon here currently. We've got Jonesy, and Jonesy is starting to press here a little bit. He's starting to lock in here, he's starting to make some laps. It looks like he is gaining on these guys. Bandit here, he's doing a really great job here right now at maintaining that gap between himself and Jonesy, and he continues to open that gap up to Vegas Paul in behind. So Vegas Paul must have made a little mistake there, as he now has Chip Reese on his rear bumper. So 11th place driver Chip Reese and the Vegas Paul here in P10. Let's see if they can make something happen. We see Heathen lurking in the background there as well. So a three-way battle at the backside of the pack here currently right now. Let's stick with this for a minute. I see you. Head up and push, Heathen. Upeme is in the house tonight. He is focused. He is locked in. We appreciate you, my guy. This guy is seriously our #1 viewer over here at GT45 Gaming lately. We appreciate you, my guy. These drivers are playing really patient and really smart here right now, but Heathen looks like he's on the charge. Chip Reese seems fairly content right now just to sit in behind Vegas Paul and maybe work together a little bit, try to gain some time, save some fuel in that car perhaps, maybe pick up a couple things where he's struggling, a little slide there through the corner, and oh boy, that was a great save there by Chip, but that's really going to slow him down here, and that's going to give Heathen the run on the outside of the Eastern S's here. That is the ideal line, but if Chip can hold his spot here, he's going to defend. It looks like Heathen just backed out a little bit. Oh, we have a yellow flag up ahead here. That's going to be Bridge Hill, and it is Bridge Hill. I think it was Bandit potentially there that created the yellow flag, but I don't see damage on the car. So, we got a cracking little battle right here, right now between ATK's Death and PD Snow. So, CB Matt here moving back up into P2. So, ATK take it. ATK's Death making a little mistake here at some point as well, and he's lost that position back to CB Matt. Now he's in a fight for his life with Pete Snow here to maintain the podium, and Pete has the position coming in the Wild Boar, and here he goes as we're side by side, but you can get a good run on the outside. Oh, and Pete almost lost it on exit there, and it's going to be switcheroo coming from ATK's Death, and he just couldn't quite get the run. He's just going to have to settle his nose in behind Pete here and wait for the next time. But we're coming out of the S's into Sunset here, and this is going to be a good opportunity for ATK Death to set up an attack going into Sunrise, turn 1 here at the end of the start-finish line here. So we'll have to see how ATK approaches this here. If he can get a really good run, which he does, he gets a great run. He can't even tuck into the slipstream. He's just going to go side by side here with Pete Snow as we come into Sunrise. And let's see if he can get back onto that podium position. And ATK Death has been battling hard here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, looking real good in his first race of the season. This guy has come to compete. Oh, and we got a switcheroo in progress here from PD. What a battle these two are having. Oh my, here we go. Here we go, side by side as we're coming around the kink. We're coming in. I can't remember what this corner is. Madeline? We're still side by side, and it's going to be ATK Death just losing out to Pete Snow here. Just barely right now, but a little bit of strategy at play here too as well between these two drivers. So interesting. Superman is just sitting here looking ahead going, yeah boys, fight, keep fighting. I see you there. I'm coming to play too. Don't you worry, just wait. I'm coming. Ooh, and Bridge Hill, such a spicy corner as we come on to Bridge de Rene here. So Egon coming out in 6th. We got Jonesy here in 7th. We've got Bandit in 8th. We've got Heathen in 9th. We've got Vegas here in 10th. We've got Miguel in 11th. We've got Ridge in 12th place here, and he's got some damage. So unfortunate there for Ridge, and Chip in 13th. So some of the guys switch the spot to the backtrack. We've seen this from the Pro Division too, and we're going to see this in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the series, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers need to get a handle on 2 things. A, they need to get a handle on the cars that they are required to drive. These BMW Group 3 cars are really no joke. They're turbocharged cars. They have a ton of torque. And with the BOP, it kind of creates a little bit of turbo lag, which can create a little bit of an issue on corner exit for these drivers if you're just not at the right RPM or in the right gear at the right time. It can really throw the cars and unsettle the rear ends of these BMWs. So the drivers need to come to terms with the cars to start with. Secondly, they need to come to terms with the tire wear and the fuel consumption settings in this series. And that takes about 2 or 3 races to kind of get a handle on how the cars are going to handle the tire wear and the fuel settings on the series. Once the drivers have those 2 things handled, it's just becoming comfortable with each other on the racetrack. So it takes about 2 or 3 rounds for these drivers really to settle into a series. We're going to see Pete dive in for a pit stop here, as his tires are definitely looking a little worse for wear. ATB jumping in ahead of him there as well. So that's going to put Death up into second place and Superman sitting in P3 as those two make their pit stops here. That's going to bring Egon across the line here in fourth place as well. ATB's making a quick stop there. DDR Jonesy here in sixth place now as well. He's not stopping. Pete's going to come out just in behind there. Bandit coming around. He's just going to hold 8th place, but that's going to bring him a little bit closer to those guys up in front. We've got Vegas here in 9th. We've got Miguel here in 10th. We've got Heathen in 11th. We've got Ridge in 12th, and we've got Chip. Oh, Chip is just falling off that same corner. I believe that's Wild Boar there, and again, it's very easy to get that wrong, and that's why we call it Wild Boar, because if you get a little too far into its territory, it's just going to give you a little push, and you're going to end up in the sand. And I think that's what we just happened to see there from Chip Reese. So hey, that's all right. It's going to take, like I said, a while for the drivers to settle into the series. It's a tough series, ladies and gentlemen. 5 times tire wear is a very tough setting, and the drivers are doing a really great job of handling it. And again, you just got to get familiar with the lobby and the drivers, the pace. But right now, it looks like the drivers are doing a fantastic job here. Egon literally just got off a plane from Cuba like 2 hours ago, and he's on the racetrack racing here right now. So he's looking pretty darn good here in P4. ATB, he's been looking good all night long, currently sitting in 5th. Jonesy as well, very consistent here tonight, sitting in 6th place as well. Pete Snow showing he's quick here tonight. He's actually been battling with ATK Death, especially there just most recently. We got Bandit now still sitting in 8th place, and he's probably going to be looking for a pit stop this time around here. That rear tire is starting to get a little bit used up. We got Miguel here in 9th. We got Vegas in 10th. So Miguel's starting to make some progress here after his first lap endeavor there, whatever it was that created him to pit for damage there. He has started to make some position back up on track. So we did see one of our drivers in the pro lobby do much of the same thing last night. And he had a pretty good comeback race with all things considered, getting back up into the top 10 by the end of the night. So it's definitely possible. We're only 13 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see underneath the LWR Design logo there. And since we're talking about LWR Designs, massive love to the partners here, LWR Designs, WPR Hot Laps, and of course DDR Racing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, absolutely amazing contributors here to DMJ Vroom Room. And D-Dot, of course, our resident host there in the Euro division of DMJ Vroom Room. He's been doing it for a very long time. He's an absolute firecracker of a commentator and a great host over there in the EU division. So it's not just North America here racing this series, ladies and gentlemen. You want to check it out. Definitely can see it during the day over the EU side as well, as they have great events running over there right now. I believe there's 3 running currently on the EU side of things. So great stuff happening here at DMJ Vroom Room right now. ATB here in P3. We got Pete Snow. He's up into P4. So we're starting to see the pit stop sequences come in. We've got Jonesy here in 5th. We've got Death in 6th. We're going to see a driver spread out a little bit here for a bit. Egon in 7th. We've got Miguel in 8th. We've got Vegas here in 9th. We've got Bandit in 10th. Mr. Heathen in 11th, Ridge Raider in 12th place, and Chip just starting to close in here in 13th. So no matter where we look on the racetrack, there is a potential battle brewing somewhere. So that is fantastic. So while we're kind of in a pit stop sequence here, we'll sit on CB Matt, and we'll go do a little bit of a track guide while we're on board with them here. So just bear with me as I'm going to bring up my, well, I mean, I'm a commentator. I got cheat sheets. I'm allowed. We're just going to bring up our absolutely amazing track map here as well, so I can kind of walk you through it here. But we'll let him get around the lap here first. So CB Matt was our pole sitter here, just stealing that pole position away from ATB right on the final lap of qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. So you know, kudos to Matt there. So we're going to talk you through corner by corner here at St. Croix B as we're coming around here right now. We're just into the final run here. So the start finish line, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to lead us up into what we're calling Sunrise, and that is corner 1. You're going to break it about, like I said, the 100-meter board here, and you're going to try and roll it in as tight to that AstroTurf as you can. Preferably you want to get a couple of tires on that and just roll it through, and you take a nice wide exit. That leads us into turns 2, which is the breeze. So it's just a nice simple full send sector here, And then we just got this nice little turn to the left, which is what we're calling Breeze, and that takes us up into the Eastern S's. Now the Eastern S's, of course, taking us up towards the bridge that takes us over the absolutely beautiful crystal blue lake that bridge does span over for these drivers to absolutely roar around the racetrack. So downhill, undulating section here, very difficult sector here on the racetrack. That takes us up what I like to call Bridge Hill and up into Bridge de Rene, ladies and gentlemen. So got to be careful there. You got to get it right. You want to take it over to the right side. You got a nice little run here, so you get to wind the car out a little bit here, and then that's going to take us into a nice left-hand corner. From that left-hand corner, you really need a good setup here to take you into the carousel, so you want good exit speed. You can get a little bit closer to the wall, preferably there than we're seeing Matt, and then we're going to roll into the carousel here. This is a kind of a throttle control lifting situation. You want to keep your car rotating. You don't want to get on the power too early, because if you clip that wall on exit, you're going to lose yourself some speed there. I think we had a slight contact there from Matt on the wall on exit there. He just got a little bit excited on the exit. So now we're on runway. That's this long run. Takes us around the little kink here, and then that takes us into Wild Boar. And I think that's where we've seen Chip struggling here tonight so far, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interesting corner, and you can get it wrong very easily here. It looks like you have lots of run-out room, but in reality, the corner exit tightens up fairly quickly. From there, that takes us into the central S's. That's turns 11, 12, and 13 here. Again, you just want to clip your apexes as best you can here. You're full throttling this ideally. And then that leads us out into the drag strip. From here, you can set up a potential move coming into what we're calling, again, the final corner. We're calling that Sunset. And if you get a good run, of course, coming down out of the central S's in the drag strip, that can set up a potential move to the start-finish line on Sunset. So a little bit of a lap around, a little talk through with the track guide here in front of my face from our current race leader. So he has yet to make a pit stop here. He almost looks like he is going to potentially look for a one stop, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stretch a set of soft tires out that long. Interesting strategies coming out of some of these guys here so far. ATB, he's made a pit stop here once already tonight. He's back up into second place, so when Matt does decide to make that pit stop, that should give ATB the lead back here this evening. Pete Snow's moved himself onto podium, back up into third place here. And ATK Death about 11 seconds in behind, but again, some different pit strategies coming out of our drivers here currently right now on the racetrack. Now, the only required tire is a soft tire. Once they use that soft tire for a full circuit lap, which means start-finish line to start-finish line, they don't have to use any. They don't have to use the mediums. They don't have to use the hards. They only have to use the softs. So, I mean, they can use 2 or 3 sets of softs. They can use a couple sets of mediums and a set of softs. They can use a set of hards and a set of softs, or a set of a hard, medium, soft stint, which we seen from one of our drivers last night. So there's a lot of variation in the strategy, and of course, the tire wear may dictate from week to week, depending on the track we're running on, how that's going to go. So this week's track is definitely a tire eater here at St. Croix B. It's very high, it's very grainy, and that's very hard on tires because it's a high-speed circuit. Vegas here in 8th with Bandit just in behind here in 9th place. He's got himself a nice new fresh set of tires. Heathen here in 10th, chasing. He's about 6 seconds behind Bandit currently. We got Miguel just in behind Heathen here. So a couple of the drivers we expected to see up a little further up in the pack here, just starting to make their way back after some mistakes early on in the season. Now, it could be early season jitters for some of these drivers. It could be a little bit of nerves at the start of the race, until you get a little bit of time around, until in that first race, you start to calm down, you start to settle in, you start to find a rhythm, and I think we're seeing that now. From a majority of the drivers, and Matt here, he is absolutely just bleeding time now to ATB, as ATB has made up half of that gap that he had here coming in on some old tires. So let's see what Matt does here. ATB should take that lead back as he comes around, so it's going to be race lead going back to ATB 614 here currently, and this is a returning driver from season 2, so you could definitely call him a veteran here at DMJ. He ran the full season last season in season 2, so he's no stranger to the series. He knows what it's all about, and showing it right now. But Pete Snow is only 4.7 seconds in behind. ATK Death is going to move up into third place now with that pit stop from Matt. And that's back on the podium here for ATK's Death. We've got CB Matt here, and he's just coming out right now. Egon's going to look for the old switcheroo here. Nope, Egon's just going to settle in behind. So A little bit of cold tires coming from Matt here. He's in a tough spot as he's got hot lap traffic right on his tail. And Egon may be looking for the move here as we're coming into Breeze. And he did go inside, but he didn't just force the issue there. He just took a nice clean line through there, and he is just going to settle in behind Matt here and continue on. Apex Racing Superman. We haven't talked about Superman here in a few minutes. It's been a pretty quiet, uneventful race for this racer here so far tonight, but he's looking real solid, real consistent here on the racetrack. He's been putting in some relatively good, clean laps here, and he's got himself up in 6th place currently because of it. DDR Jonesy here chasing as well. He's about 21 seconds in behind, so a little bit of a gap between the front half and the back half of the pack. Bandit's just about 10 seconds in behind Jonesy here in 8th place. We got Vegas now up into 9th, which puts Miguel up into top 10 here. Heathen is in pit lane. That puts him down into 11th place. A little bit of scarring up on that front nose of that car. Tough racing here tonight. And Chip Reese here in that Z4. He's been struggling a little bit here tonight, mainly with that wild boar corner especially. Wednesday Adams coming in with that thumbs up. Appreciate that thumbs up. Welcome in. Hope everybody's enjoying the race here so far. Please do let us know how things are going from your end. How does everything sound and look? And of course, how do you like our track maps? Always looking for good constructive criticism. We love you guys out there. We appreciate you all being here. And thank you so much for all the reactions, the likes, the shares, and the follows and subs over there on the YouTube and Facebook channels so far tonight. You're absolute legends, and we can't do it without you. Oh, no! No! We lost a driver! Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Oh, we had a disconnect here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gutted right now for my boy. Oh. ATB here in the lead. ATK Death in 2nd place here with Pete now making a pit stop. We got Matt here sitting in P3 with Egon now in P4. We got Pete Snow in 5th, and unfortunately our driver to drop out there, ladies and gentlemen, was Apex Racing Superman, who was having a beautiful race. Suffering a disconnect there. And out on lap 10. That is super unfortunate, my guy. We absolutely are gutted for you. But we are going to be giving that driver points no matter what. He is here. He qualified. He started the race. Disconnect is beyond our control, and the driver's not going to pay for that. He put the time in. He's still going to be rewarded for at least the last place finishing points for the amount of drivers that started our grid here tonight. Dude, I'm so gutted for you. We got Miguel here in 8th. He's starting to put some pressure here on Bandit as we're coming into Sunrise here. Bandit took a little bit of a wide corner there, maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure here from Miguel. But we'll see what happens here as Miguel's just coming in behind. Let's see, Bandit is taking a semi-defensive line here as he comes around the kink. And he is just going to bring it up and around the apex here. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there from Bandit. Alright, let's see what Miguel does here as we're coming down in through these eastern S's. And Miguel seems a little contentious to sit in behind here currently right now. So maybe just waiting for a mistake from Bandit to get a little bit of a good run. Ooh, a little bit of a wide corner. That dirty air playing a little bit of a factor there. But great job by these two drivers here so far. Let's jump on board with Miguel here as he chases down Bandit right now. He's in that slipstream. You can see how quickly that car is gaining. And now that's going to give him the run he needs to go into the corner. Bandit's going to go early on the brakes here, and he's just not going to fight too much for that position. It's a tough corner to hold on the outside, and that was some smart racing there by Bandit. That was a great decision by Bandit there. He realized what was happening there, and instead of losing time battling for that corner and that position, he's on the wrong line. He's on the line that's probably not going to work out so good. Just back out, give it to that guy. I'm not going to lose any time, and I can live to fight another day. So great racing decision there from Bandit there, as that would have been a very tough hold on the outside. So he's tucked in. He's going to try and get back up into the slipstream of Miguel here and rejuvenate that battle. But down into currently sitting in 8th place currently. We got Vegas here in 9th. We've got Ridge Raider up in the 10th. We got Heathen in 11th and Chip here in 12th. And oh, poor Soupy. Poor Soupy. I love you, Superman. I'm sorry, my man. We got ATK Death now in the lead as we've seen ATB make a pit stop there. So ATK Death leading this thing for the first time here tonight in his first DMJ appearance here as well. So there we go. Congratulations, ATK Death. He is going to take us around here as our leader in round 1 on lap 12 currently. And he has about a 5.3 second gap on our pole sitter, CB Matt, who is chasing. So we'll be managing that. We'll be monitoring that gap here as we're coming up through Bridge de Rene. ATB is hot on these guys' heels. This guy is moving today. He is definitely the driver to be watching out for here. Vic coming in with that thumbs up. We love you, brother. We see you. We appreciate you. Egon here in 4th place. We got Pete Snow in 5th. We've got Jonesy up into P6 here now. We've got Miguel in 7th. We've got Bandit here in 8th place. We got Vegas about 22 seconds in behind. So Bandit right now really just needs to focus on not making any mistakes here. He's going to get a really great race finish for himself here tonight. We got Ridge Raider here in 10th. We've got Heathen in 11th. And we've got Chip coming into pit lane here in 12th place. All right. Let's go see what's happening up front, shall we? Much love to the DMJ series. Hey, we appreciate you, Miss Devious. We appreciate you for sure. ATK Death coming through here. And, you know, proud little moments when you're a race car driver and you get into the lead of the race. I don't know much about this driver. I do know his teammate ATK Streeter Tom a fair bit better than I do know him. But I know that Tom is excited to see him race this season and see him compete. And I know that Death seems pretty excited there based off the chat and the Discord server through the process. So looking pretty good here tonight is ATK's Death. And right now, 4.1 second lead as he's coming up to Chip Reese here. So Chip Reese about to be put a lap down here by our race leader Death, but that could change if he makes another pit stop here. It's only 26 minutes and 40 seconds into this race. We still got 14 minutes. I don't think he's got enough in that car to go another 14 minutes, so we're probably going to see another stop from Death here yet tonight. We got Matt here. He's on those racing softs right now. He's in 2nd place currently, and he is starting to close down ATK Death here a little bit. And we got ATB is right there, so we've got a little bit of lap traffic here, and Chip is just going to allow him to get around on the outside there. So great job to Chip. Doing exactly as requested in the driver's debriefing. That's lovely to see. That means the drivers are paying attention. We appreciate that. Thank you, drivers. We got Matt here in 2nd place. We got ATB in 3rd. We've got Egon here in 4th place as he's coming up to enter Bridge to Renee as well. Pete Snow here, he's just getting to that point, and this is a risk versus reward corner here. Jonesy here in 6th place as he's just coming down the Eastern S's currently right now. We got Miguel in pit lane. We got Bandit coming in behind in pit lane, and Bandit picking up a little bit of front end damage there. That's going to put Ridge Raider and Vegas Paul potentially up into 7th and 8th place here. No, Miguel is out of pit lane, so he will hold on to P7. Let's see where Bandit comes out here. Nope, he's going to put some fuel in that car as well, so Ridge Raider is going to jump up into 9th. Vegas Paul is going to come into pit lane as he's only on 1% fuel. That's going to move Heathen up into P9 here, so Heathen with some damage on the front end of that car, and he's not having the greatest of days here today for himself. Here sitting in P9 currently. Brings Bandit out into 10th place. Vegas Paul should come out in 11th, and again looks like Wild Boar claiming Chip Reese again. Long live Death. Hey, appreciate you, Leandro. Appreciate you, my guy. Yeah, teammates definitely looking good here right now. So he is flying, but he is going to see some pressure here pretty soon by Matt and ATB. Now, these guys are on fresher tires, so we see Death coming into pit lane right now. Now, I don't know. I feel like these guys are going to stop one more time. I don't know for sure. It's just an assumption, but if that's the case, then ATK Death might be in the best spot for a race win here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So if he can get out in clean air and not have to battle anybody after this pit stop, he could be setting himself up for a race win tonight. He may be in the best position with 11 minutes remaining in this race. We got Egon. He's coming in P5 there. That's going to put Jonesy out. Let's see if Jonesy comes out ahead of Death here. No, Death is going to get out ahead of Jonesy, but Jonesy's going to be on some, obviously, rubbered-in tires, and he's going to be up to race pace. So if ATK Death can get a nice clean outlap here, he's setting himself up in a great position. But Pete Snow went in a couple laps prior as well and may be thinking the same thing that ATK Death is. So Pete Snow may also be potentially in the best position to win this race as well. Death's doing very well. I agree, Thomas. I agree, brother. I appreciate that share. Vic coming in with that extra support. We really do appreciate that, my guy. Thank you so much. We got Miguel Dizzle here in P7. Ooh, he is coming into pit lane. So tires are coming off of that car. We got Ridge Raider coming around here. He's just coming out of the central S's. A little bit of side-to-side lag here for Ridge as he comes around into Sunset, and Heathen is starting to put the pressure on. So Let's stick with this for a second as we got a nice little battle between 8th and 9th place drivers here right now. When they come across the start-finish line, they should... Oh, Miguel's going to come out just ahead of these two, so... Ooh, that's going to juice it up a little bit, chat. We may have a three-way battle here for 7th, 8th, and 9th place, depending on how quickly these guys roll into the back end of Miguel Dizzle here. But it looked like he might have got a good clean run out of pit lane there, so these guys may not catch him. And if they battle, that's going to cost them. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, a little bit of damage on both these cars. So all these drivers in their own rates having their own struggles here tonight. And Heathen has the run. And oh, a little bit of a wiggle there from the M3 on Ridge Raider. And that's going to be a move for Heathen. And he got a great run there. And that's going to be P8 for Apex Racing's Heathen as he just manages to get around Ridge Raider there. Bandit here still in P10. And really, this is an absolute phenomenal race here for this driver. I'm absolutely proud of him here today. We've got Vegas here in 11th. We've got Chip in 12th. And here we go. It's ATB just going around Vegas there. We've seen Vegas give the corner up just as ATB was coming around. So again, the lap traffic doing a fantastic job here tonight. We won't see lap traffic throughout the whole season, ladies and gentlemen. Again, these drivers are just getting themselves acquainted with the season, so we're going to see a little bit of shenanigans for the first 2 or 3 weeks with drivers struggling a little bit, and then they're going to really start to lock in, and we're going to see some really incredible tight racing is the way it goes every season here at DMJ Vroom Vroom North America, ladies and gentlemen. But Pete Snow, 15 seconds behind ATB. CB Matt, 8 seconds behind Pete Snow. ATK, 5.5 seconds behind Matt. Egon, he's 15 seconds behind, but anything can happen. Jonesy's coming out of pit lane. He's going to hold on to P6 here as Miguel is not quite close enough to do anything there. Heathen has gotten around Ridge Raider, and now he has his sights on Miguel here as he's coming around the wild boar, and he came around that wild boar a little while, chat. Ridge Raider here in P9 with Bandit. Ooh, look at Bandit is starting to maybe close the gap a little bit on these guys. Bandit is having a fantastic race. Vegas here in 11th, and Chip Reese here in 12th. Really proud of my boy right now. He's my top admin. Bandit's a real life friend here. Uncle Joe, as D-Dog calls him, and he's fairly new to sim racing, so he's having a really great race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry, can't help it. Got to shout it out when I see it. We got ATB, and you want to talk about guys having a great race right now? So let's talk about ATB. This guy has been on the top of my short list all night long to win this thing, and it is in his grasp here right now. Let's see if he can bring it home. We've got Pete Snow chasing him down in second. Matt starting to close that gap on Snow slowly but surely here in third. Death dripping time off of Matt up there ahead of him, looking for that final podium position. We've got 7 minutes remaining. Egon in 5th, Jonesy in 6th. These guys are really starting to close up on each other here. Miguel and Heathen in 7th and 8th. We've got Ridge Raider starting to come back in a little bit on Heathen. We got Bandit here, and he has some incredible tires right now on that car. That might be advantage to Bandit to grab some more positions here before this race is over yet. But right now it's ATB. He's got a little bit of damage on the front of that race car. The fuel is looking just a little bit low here. Tires are good. I don't know if ATB has the fuel to make the race. Let's go, Miguel. Keep moving up the field. Justin Davies coming in with that thumbs up. We appreciate you. Welcome in. ATB, I don't know if he can, I don't know if he's got enough left in the tank, chat, literally. CB Matt now in second place, so Petey has made a mistake here, or has he pit? He has pit, so Petey has pit for some fresh tires. That's going to move him off the podium. That puts Matt up into second place. That puts ATK's Death in third, and that puts Pete Snow about 5 seconds in behind. So here we go, battle on. We got about 3, maybe 3.5 laps remaining here. We get the blue flag waving as Egon is catching up to, I believe, Vegas Paul. They're just up ahead of him. Jonesy in 6th place right now, and he's just coming into Sunrise. Miguel here in 7th as he's ripping through those central S's here right now onto drag strip. And he is making that final corner run into Sunset right now, and he's going to come around for lap 16 here in 7th place, and he's got a sizable gap on both sides of him here. So right now it's just put your head down and see what happens. You never know. Racing is racing. Ridge Raider in 8th place, 11 seconds behind Miguel. We've got Bandit in 9th. He's only 3.2 seconds behind Ridge, and Ridge Raider's tires are in really rough shape here. So again, Heathen making a mistake, 4.7 seconds in behind Bandit, and Heathen is coming in to fix that race car. He ain't having none of that. chip race here as Egon's going around right now, and you can see these blue flag drivers are doing an incredible job tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best job we've ever seen from our blue flag drivers here. The control, the lift, and just leaving enough time to give that driver to get by and get right back into the race has been phenomenal tonight. Really pro quality driving from every driver in every situation here so far tonight. ATB does have to come in and pit. It's going to be a splash and dash. He's got some damage. Let's jump on board with Matt. Here we go, chat. Can CB Matt get this thing away from ATB? Must respect and a big thanks to all the drivers that put the Apex logo on their car. Must love and highly appreciate it. Hey, appreciate you. So here we go. Matt right now currently in the lead. We do not see ATB. Where is ATB? He's just coming out of pit lane, so it is CB Matt now in the lead of this race, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a sizable one. 4.4 seconds. ATK Death in second place. He just comes out ahead of ATB there. 1.1 seconds is the gap in second place. ATB chasing here in third. Not enough fuel. Really unfortunate there for ATB. PD chasing here in behind, 3.2 seconds, and he's got fresh rubber, so we know he's going to be sending it here. Egon in P5. Jonesy in 6th. Miguel in 7th. Ridge in 8th. Bandit gaining 1.5 seconds is that gap, as Bandit is coming in on Ridge Raider. Ooh, eating a little bit of dirt there. You can see it. He's getting excited. You can see that driver. It amps up the adrenaline factor a little bit for these drivers, and he's almost going to overshoot Wild Boar. Oh, this is great job there by Bandit. Whew, that was close. I was talking about it. You get excited. Your heart starts pumping. It's easy to make a mistake. We got Vegas here at 11th. We've got Chip in 12th. We got CB Mad in the lead. 4.8 seconds is that gap. He has the fuel. He has the tire. Can he bring it home, ladies and gentlemen? We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this race. ATK's Death in second place, and he is cruising. Right now looking real solid in his first race of the season, but he has got this very quick driver of ATB really putting some pressure on him here, but he cannot discount Pete Snow coming in behind either, so we may see a great little battle here between those top 4 drivers yet before this thing is over. All it takes is a wiggle, all it takes is a mistake, and it is a whole different race all of a sudden. Got Miguel coming up to the bridge to Renee. We got Bandit and Ridge Raider coming up here right now, and look at Ridge Raider's poor car right now, and then we go to Bandit. It's just a matter of time before this happens. Bandit just needs to stay close. He needs to be patient here. Wait for the right time. Get this job done. And this is the time. Get the run. Go on the inside. Is it going to be a defensive move from Ridge? It is going to be a defensive move. Bandit should be able to get the run here. Let's see what he does. This is a great battle right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm enjoying this. Ridge Raider is going in, but it is going to be very hard for Ridge Raider to hold this corner. Switcheroo might be in the factor here from Bandit. He's setting it up. Can he get it? Oh, he just couldn't get on the power quite in time. He had to check up just a tiny little bit. And Ridge Raider is defending for his life right now from Bandit Zeke for that position. Ridge Raider doing everything he can to hold that position off. Bandit is going to get a good run here out of that M6. He should be able to get the job done here. He's on the better tire, and this car should just be able to pull past this M3 here. So let's see what happens as we're coming towards the Wild Boar. Gotta spot your braking point as the inside car here. Let's see if he catches it. He is out in front right now. He does have to pass done, but now he needs to hold it coming into the corner. He's going to take a very defensive line coming in. That's going to give Ridge Raider a run back on him here. And Bandit's going to hold it down. P8 for Bandit. Great job there by Bandit Zeke, ladies and gentlemen. 10th here for Heathen. We got Vegas here in 11th. We got Chip in 12th. And Matt leading the way, but that lead is now 2.7 seconds from ATK Death. ATB is all over ATK's Death right now. We got a battle, chat. Oh, let's get to it. Second and third place fight for position as ATB is going to tuck up the inside here as we are coming up the runway into the kink part of the runway, and that's going to lead us up into the Wild Boar where we just seen Bandit Zeke put the move down on Ridge Raider 77 just a few seconds ago. And it is going to be ATB getting around Death here. So ATB on the charge. The bigger question is, does he have enough time? There's 30 seconds left on the timer. Can these drivers get around this racetrack to have one more shot at each other here for position? Let's get up to Matt. It's going to be very close here. We're at 37, we're at 38, 39, 40. Oh, he is going to squeaker, so it is going to be Matt to start lap 19. ATB almost got it wrong there. So one more lap here, final lap for our race leader. ATB is going to come around. He's going to get another lap. So is Death. So here we go. Pete Snow coming around. He is like, I ain't got enough fuel, man. He's bleeding that timer. He should be good. There we go. P4 for Pete Snow, ladies and gentlemen. He knew he did not have the fuel to go another lap, so he made sure that timer ran out before he came across the start-finish line. GG's to Pete Snow. We got Egon coming around, and he's going to be a P5, and he's going to be thrilled about that P5. And Jonesy coming through here. He's going to have a solid P6 in his DMJ debut. A great job there by Jonesy. We got Miguel coming around here in P7. We had another lag spike there. Somebody might have jumped into the lobby again. And he is in P7, so we're trying to keep an eye on where our leaders are at here. I think we got some cars mixed up with each other, so we're definitely going to have to keep our eye on that. But it is going to be Miguel coming around here. He's just coming around Sunset right now. He's making that final run for the final time here in round 1, and it's a very solid 7th place finish here for Miguel. Congratulations to Miguel for a very hard-fought race. Bandit here, and if this guy ain't shaking in his boots right now, I don't know what. He should be so thrilled. He is going to come in with a very solid P8 finish here tonight. This is Bandit Zeke's ever best race finish here in a series competition league race, so congratulations to Bandit in a P8. I am absolutely tickled pink right now. I am screaming inside like a little girl, chat, for real. This is my boy. I am excited for him tonight. Go Bandit. GG's, brother. It's going to be Ridge Raider here in 9th place. I don't know what's happening behind these guys. We'll get back to the leaders in a second here. I just got to spot them. It is going to be Heathen finishing ahead of the leaders here. We have Chip Reese already coming around, so it all comes down to where Vegas Paul is here, as Heathen's coming across the start-finish line right now. And here he comes for a top 10 finish here for Heathen. So not... Ew, there we go. Vegas Paul's coming around. And oh, we got a battle. It's going to be Matt for the win here as he just goes across the start-finish line. We do miss Matt, but we do have a battle here as Vegas Paul is coming around, and I got to get to the other guys. It's going to be ATK Death in second, and ATB is going to be in third as he is going to run out of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. ATB making the miscalculation in the pit stop, but still going to find himself that last podium position. Ooh, okay. That caught me off guard, ladies and gentlemen. But GG's to all our racers, and CB Matt with the big win and pole position points here tonight. So almost cleaning up. Joe, my dude. Joe, my dude. Congrats, brother. I am so proud of you, brother. Absolutely incredible race, man. Absolutely incredible race for you, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, save your replays, drivers. I'm just going to give them that heads up. Alright, so the VR users have it a little bit trickier because they kind of have to live stream their point of view really in order to save a race replay. So there's a lot of PlayStation clipping and sharing and stuff like that for these drivers, of course, that are in the VR. Well done, Death. That was a great race. That was some great racing here from all our drivers here. So we'll give these guys a couple of minutes to get the lobby settings, and then we will bring up the next track for next week for these drivers to grab the settings. So if they just want to sit tight just for a moment, we're going to bring our track loop up here, and we're going to have a little chat with our drivers here in just a moment's time. So let's go check at those unofficial results, ladies and gentlemen. So new feature they added in, which is fantastic. Appreciate you, Gran Turismo. So unofficially, ladies and gentlemen, we say that because now the drivers have 24 hours to file any incident reports. If they feel like they need to file an incident report, they would cost time or a position, they do have that right as a driver. So they're given 24 hours. From there, after the 24-hour process is up, if there's any reports filed, the stewards take that into their room. They take a look at those incidents, they assess the situation, and if needed, they assess penalties. Now, the stewarding isn't necessarily there to be penalizing drivers. The stewarding staff is there to be educating the drivers. So, not necessarily meaning they're going to get a penalty. They might just get a warning or something along those lines. But with that, they will get some education on how to maybe avoid that in the future, etc., etc. From there, they will post that decision. We give them no more than 48 hours to come up with that. And then from there, the drivers have 24 hours to make an appeal if they feel necessary. So within 4 days from race time, we will have official results. So we should see standings around the Friday, Saturday area every week, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we'll keep you guys updated through the socials as well with those standings. Someone spun me out, said Miguel. You got to save your replay, brother. Great job, Death. GG's, gentlemen. Fred Thomas coming in with the sub over on YouTube. We appreciate you. And I think I took the screenshot, but we're not sure. So it is CB Matt with the race win. ATK's Death in second place with ATB close behind in third. And ATB is the fastest lap point here tonight. And then Pete Snow in fourth with Egon in fifth. Jonesy in sixth. Miguel in seventh. Bandit in eighth. We've got Ridge Raider in 9th, Apex Racing's Heathen finishing 10th. We got Vegas in 11th, Chip Reese finishing 12th, and Apex Superman with the disconnect in P13 here, and he will get P13 points, ladies and gentlemen. We don't penalize the drivers for those disconnects. That's not their fault, so he will receive 13 place points for starting and being, well, pretty much here all race long. So gutted for our boy Superman. Next week's a new week. Lots of time to make those points up. And Chris coming in with that thumbs up. So there are our standings. And I can't remember if I took the screenshot, so we'll do it again. All right, so I'm going to change the lobby over for the drivers, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will do some interviews. So just bear with me for a moment. This will just take a couple seconds. And we need to change the weather. And I believe it's 10 times. I should know all this off by heart by now, but there's always so much information rolling through my head, chat. I tend to forget things sometimes. So, thankfully, we've got a great Discord server here at GT45 Gaming where we store all that great information. And it's just a couple clicks away most of the time. Most of the time. Alright, so track 2 is Maggiore, of course, for round 2 next week, ladies and gentlemen. And it is times 10 and it's late morning. Alright. Oh, I must have mandatory tires for this one. Hards. Alright. Alright, so next lobby is up, so we are going to go and do some podium interviews, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of my favorite parts of the stream anyways. I like to be able to talk to the drivers. Thanks, Chris. My adrenaline is just pumping. Let's go ATB, podium and fastest lap. Didn't you have it set for the pro lobby? What's that? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Nolander coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go kick it over here. I just got to click a couple buttons. I got to get into the right channels. All right, we have 2. We've got Matt. We've got ATB with us. We're not. All right. Welcome, welcome, gentlemen. Welcome. You can hear me, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. We're just going to turn you guys up a little bit so the chat can hear you. All right. So, great racing out there. First look at DMJ Season 3 here, North America, choice of weapon. Thoughts, gentlemen? Tough? Look pretty tough out there.
Yeah, tricky track, no question about it. You know, you gotta really pay attention, especially with that M6. It's a fun car to drive, but you gotta be careful.
Absolutely. So, a really good race. I mean, we had the Pro Division run last night, so you guys are kind of at a little bit of an advantage in a sense, I guess, when it comes to your races here on Wednesday nights, being the second lobby to go during the week, because you guys get to go and sit in and watch that pro race happen live, and you guys get to kind of see what the pro drivers are doing, maybe some lines, maybe their braking points, maybe their tire strategies, so that, in a sense, maybe will help you guys maybe change things up a little bit before race time. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk with our third place driver, ATB, and looking like you're wanting a championship this season. So great race for me here tonight to start with. And why don't you talk us through your race here tonight, my guy?
Yeah, the car felt great. The engineers and everything back at in Germany gave me a good car to set up with. I just I was just kind of going for more of like a all out kind of strategy. I thought about doing a little bit of like conservation and all that, but a couple of the kind of mock races I did, I was like it it wasn't saving me that much more time, so I was just like I'll just go all out and see what happens and try and not make any mistakes. I think I just had one off that I had some damage, and I think that uh, might have been it, and it was what a quarter, an eighth of a lap short on fuel, so just didn't crunch the numbers as well as I could have, and just had a little bit of air and suspension damage, and I think you know that was the difference between maybe being like a step up, but other than that, yeah, it was a great race with the other two guys in the podium. I saw their strategies panning out. I was like, man, this is going to come down to like the last lap, last corner, and then it literally almost did. So
Absolutely, and I mean, so you're looking good out there. You look like you definitely were prepared for tonight's race here for round one this season. So, of course, a proud new father. So, how's the family back home to start with? And congratulations, of course, on the new daughter back at home as well.
thank you very much. Yeah, everyone's doing great. She's currently sleeping right now. Hopefully won't have a too early of a wake up, but knowing my luck, 4 a.m. will come quickly. But no, everyone's doing fantastic. I just want to give a shout out to my wife Emily and of course Nora just for you know giving me the chance to kind of break away down here and get some practice and get some racing in. But couldn't do it without their support.
Absolutely, and I mean the family is always important for all the racers and of course the racers communities as well. But nonetheless, I mean it was a pretty uneventful race for you for the most part. You qualified really well. You got a good run out at the start of the race. You jumped up into the lead. You held the lead there for a large part of the race, and you're going to end up coming home with a P3 finish and a fastest lap point bonus. So starting the season off with some really good points. So let's talk about your competition this season. This is your first look at your competition this season in the new Pro-Am division here for the Choose Your Weapon series. How are the drivers on track? I mean, let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the blue flag situations. Obviously, you ran into some of those blue flag situations. How was everything as you were racing throughout your race here today in that sense?
I mean, everything seemed good. Everyone was minding their p's and q's. I was. It kind of looks like traffic played a little bit of a role for all of us on that last lap a little bit, but nothing interfered too much. I was just kind of hoping to pick up the draft a little bit to save some fuel in that last lap, but I didn't. I think I was kind of pushed a little too hard when I saw the time creeping down, but other than that, I mean, everyone got through the first lap, uneventful. The passes I made, everything was done clean, and no door banging or anything like that. So, for first race so far, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a really good season, and looking forward to battling with the other two drivers on the podium. Let's see what the rest of these races coming up. So.
I mean, just a great run from you here tonight. I know. I mean, you had some fans in the house tonight too, watching you and cheering you on. So, I really do hope that you enjoy rewatching the stream later, of course, with your family when it's convenient for you. But I don't want to hold you up too long, because I know, like I said, you're a new proud father and you're probably a little worn out and tired. So I'll let you get some rest before that beautiful baby girl wakes up. But any shout outs and thank yous before you go?
Just want to shout out, DMJ for hosting this. D Dot. I forget the other two of the M and J of that, but you obviously goes for hosting, and just everyone who's been racing with me lately. Everyone from like the D Dot community, Ghost Viper when he's on. You know, Apex guys. All the other teams. Taking part in this. Yeah, just kind of really looking forward to this season, and just want to also give a shout out and congrats to the other two drivers on the podium. Like I said, you guys made a real good race, and like I said, looking forward forward to having some more close battles with you here in the future.
Absolutely. And again, great start to your season. And the bottom step of the podium. Sorry, chat. That was my bad. I forgot to shut that off. That was really loud. All right. So yeah, he's finding the bottom step of the podium here this week, but 9 more weeks to find your way up to the top step. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to win races to win a championship. So ATB 614 putting himself in a pretty good spot to fight for a championship here early on in round 1. But congratulations and enjoy it, my man. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
GVG getting a shout out. Hey, always. Hey, you know, the racers are really appreciative of their communities and where they learn and where they get their help from, and then that's the greatest thing about it, and that's why we like to allow the drivers to have this time at the end of the races, because you know there are people that they want to talk about and they want to shout out. So that's why this is my favorite part as well, to see the community just show that love around the community, you know. So that's what it's all about. We do have ATK Death with us here. So our second place finisher tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and this guy coming in, he's a new driver this season. This is his first season with DMJ, and he looked solid out there here tonight in this Pro-Am lobby. So great drive from you tonight. You had yourself some pretty good battles really throughout the whole race here. So how was that for you tonight? Did you have a lot of fun out there?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a good time, good start to the season. This is my first league racing at all, so it was definitely a very eventful race. I enjoyed it quite a bit. These guys put up a hell of a fight to keep them, try and keep them behind me, but most of the time I didn't succeed. I got real lucky that ATB decided he was gonna, run out of fuel there at the end and let me pass him again. But I had told Tom this morning whenever I was talking to him, Streeter Tom, that my one and only goal was to not hit a wall today and not have to pit for a repair. And I made that successful, so I'll take that as a win.
Absolutely. I mean, you had some fans up in the chat rooting you on here tonight too, which we love to see. We love to see the guys and gals coming out and cheering you guys on. That's what it's all about. I mean, that battling early on, you came out, you qualified really well yourself as well, and you had some good early fights. So let's talk about that. I mean, early in the season, you're brand new to league racing, high tire wear, heavy fuel. You know, the time of day multiplier is insane in the series this season. You're with drivers you might not be familiar with. How do you calm all that down in your head when you get behind the wheel before you start this a race like this?
Oh, it was definitely a little tough. I hit some nerve-wracking sections where I was in battles, and it's like, all right, I'm getting a little adrenaline pumping here, but just take a deep breath, hang out, and see what happens. I mean, I backed off a couple times just because obviously I don't want to cause a wreck and don't want to wreck anybody out just because I'm trying to pass and, can't make it clean. So that's really where, it comes in, is just taking your time, being patient, and waiting for somebody to make a mistake or a great opportunity to make a pass because you got a good run out of a corner.
Well, I mean, great start for your season here. I mean, for his first ever league race, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say a P2 is a pretty good start to a racing season and a racing career potentially. Hey, as well. Hey. But no, that was some great racing. I mean, you looked really good out there. You definitely look like you came prepared here tonight. You know, you look like you've put lots of time trialing in and lots of work with your crew and behind the scenes to get this car ready, and it definitely paid off. Strategy was really key for you here tonight. We did say with about, what was it, Chad, 11 minutes remaining, that you potentially were setting yourself up actually for the best position to win that race, just based off of the way that the pit strategies and the fuel and the tires were looking from the rest of the field. But Matt just managed to edge you out there a little bit. So how was your first race of the season? How was your first experience with league racing?
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great. Like you said, that strategy really, I think, was key for me. I had made that call that if I'd started P5 or better, that I was going to go ahead and start on softs, switch to mediums and then go back to softs for the end. And I think the real key for me was that I played the fuel right and only took on the fuel that I needed to complete the laps in between tire changes. So, I didn't go too much, too less, didn't have to pit early, any of that stuff. And it really helped out for me on that aspect of things. But it was definitely a great race. I'm going to enjoy the series quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and I mean, we're always glad to hear that, obviously, as organizers and hosts of the series. But the important thing is you go out there and you have fun, and it sounds like you had some fun out there so far while we're talking. But Lago Maggiore is our next week's round 2 race. It's going to be the full GP circuit in the forward direction. How do you feel about Lago Maggiore?
That one's going to be a tough track for me. That's not one of my stronger tracks, but I'll put in the work this week and see what I can come up with, and hopefully I'll be able to at least get a top 3. I'd like to see another podium out of it, but if I'm top 5 or something along those lines, I'm not going to complain about it either.
Absolutely, and I mean, we love to see the new faces, the new drivers coming in, and absolutely putting the pressure on the veteran drivers here in the series. ATB is a veteran driver here in the series, and you definitely made him work for his podium finish here tonight, so congratulations to you for that. And anything else you want to add to your race today, and of course your shout outs and thank yous?
No, I think I'll just give out my shout outs, and I'll go the same thing with that ATB said with I thank my wife for putting our son down tonight so that I was able to make this race, and he was very unhappy tonight, did not want to go to sleep, so she took over and was able to get him to sleep for me so I could get this moving. And then also want to give a shout out to Attack Motorsports for my team for always practicing with me whenever I'm running practice races throughout the week, and honestly all the guys that were involved and you guys that are running this. This is a great time, and I'm looking forward to continuing with this.
Absolutely, and we do appreciate it, and it was great watching you out there fight and battle. We love, like I said, we just love to see that clean, hard racing action, and you guys, I honestly think the Pro-Am lobby had a little bit of a better race than the Pro lobby here in round 1. What do you think, chat? But nonetheless, great showing for you. Your teammates are excited. They're in chat just blowing up right now. So we'll let you get into the team clubhouse and go celebrate with your team. And, of course, much love to you and your family. And congratulations for a great start to your season as well.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 very well-spoken interviewees so far, hey? Let's go see what our last one has to say. We've talked to this gentleman a couple of times before. We're a little fan of CB Matt. He's a good, efficient, consistent racer, and he comes into the series as a new face and a new driver here this season as well, and he came in with a bang and a big race win here tonight. So, first and foremost, congratulations on your first win in DMJ. How's it feel?
Thanks, man. Yeah, pretty excited. First league race at all, to be honest with you. So, pretty exciting. Got a little nerve wracking there at the end of the race when you start to think about the result a little bit. But yeah, couldn't be happier. Obviously, snagging pole and coming out on top of the podium at the end of the day was the goal. So yeah, pretty pleased about it.
Let's talk about qualifying for a second. ATB just proved to be absolutely dominant all through qualifying, right from start, well, to what we thought was going to be the finish. And then you come in with 2 seconds left on that timer and just absolutely blow a heater of a lap past to steal that pole position. Was that your kind of ideal? Were you feeling that was coming? You were getting around lap by lap and going, you know what? I am just going to absolutely attack this lap. Is that what happened?
Well, I felt the pace was in there. When he laid down that lap, I was thinking, oh man, it's gonna be tough to catch. But every lap I sort of kind of was chewing away at it a little bit, and I just kind of identified the places where I needed to make up the time, and was able to just piece it all together on that last flyer. It was faster than I expected it to be, so I was pretty pleased with that for sure.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, this is your first win, so it's already special for you. I'm going to make it a little extra special for you. This was also a history-breaking race here for DMJ Choose Your Weapon Series, not only in North America, but the Europe division as well. We have never had a second lobby in this particular series before. You guys are the very first ones ever to run the second lobby in a Choose Your Weapon series out of 8 seasons now. So you're the winner not only of your first league race, but you're also the first winner of the very first Pro-Am split in Choose Your Weapon out of 8 seasons. So congratulations for that, my man. That is a little bit of an alligator. What's the word I'm looking for there? Help me out, chat. I'll think of it after. But anyways, a little bit of a plus note for you, a little bit more to add to your excitement there for you. But you had a good race. You were looking strong all night. You sat on pole. ATB got a good run on you very early on in the race, and you didn't really seem to panic too much. You just kind of settled in, and you kind of seemed to stick to your race. Was that your plan coming in today? I have my plan. I'm gonna stick to my plan, and what happens happens.
Yeah, that's been my focus, the last little bit in races, is just trying to, not get caught up in battles. Because often that ends up ruining my race and potentially somebody else's. So I went in with a plan, regardless of where I was on the grid. I was going to start on the mediums, and I knew that the reality of that was I was probably going to lose some time and possibly positions, in the first couple of laps because of that. But I felt if I just kind of put in some good consistent laps, that it would all work out for me, from a strategy perspective. And when I saw that ATB was pulling away a little bit, I kind of figured he was on softs. So I just, that kind of settled me down a little bit, and had a pretty good first stint. The end of the first stint, I think I pushed the mediums one lap too far. Ended up putting, my worst lap in at the end of that stint, but it all worked out for me in the long run. So yeah, I just had a strategy, stuck to it, and it it all worked out.
Absolutely, and I mean the series, it really is designed to be based around strategy. It's not designed to be a one-stop hero race. Sprint it out for half the race and then pit and take your tires that you need to take and then sprint it out. This series is designed to not only test the driver's skill, but also to work that strategy brain out a little bit as well. There's multiple ways these drivers could figure their strategies out around every one of these racetracks each week. Of course, for the win, every track has a different required tire that they have to use, so it really adds to the challenge of the series. So, good start for you. You're going to come home with first place points, and of course, that pole position point. The bonus points have proven in the past, ladies and gentlemen, to be very critical at the end of the championship run, at the end of the season. So every bonus point really, it does matter here in the series. And I mean, like you said, it's your first race, so I mean, we're going to talk about the last 3 minutes of the race. You got that live timer up in front of you. You have a little bit of a cushion. That gap is closing a little bit, and you get across the finish line with just enough time to start another lap, and you see the two other drivers that potentially can take that win away from you across the line. What goes through your mind at that point, and how do you kind of calm yourself down just to bring the thing home the rest of the way?
Yeah, like I had a pretty comfortable lead, sort of creeping up on 5 seconds with two to go, and I snuck it into the grass a little bit coming around turn one, and started to panic a little bit, but got things settled back down. I knew with about 3 laps to go that, trying to do the math in my head, that I was going to cross the line with very few seconds to go to have to do another lap. And I was lucky that, I was conservative with how much fuel I put in on that last stop, just with that concern in mind that I might have to do an extra one. So, yeah, like, I just kind of try to put as consistent a lap as down as possible. And I knew that ATB, once he got past, ATK Def, like ATB had some serious race pace. Um, and I knew he'd be coming for me. And I just kind of hoped, like, if I put in a consistent lap, and he might, try to push a little too hard trying to catch me, and it would be enough to get across in first, and worked out that way.
Well, we say it all the time here on the broadcast. I mean, you're no stranger to the broadcast. We've been familiar with each other as broadcaster and racer, and on the track as well for a while now. So, um, it's just, it's hard racing out there, and it's tough settings. So let's talk about the settings. I mean, these are big league settings here. How do you prepare your mindset for that kind of thing? Is it you just got to go on track and you just got to put that work in to figure out how it's all going to work out for you? Do you when you're practicing, do you practice with a little bit of damage to see how it could affect your car? What kind of things do you look for in practice now moving forward?
Yeah, I think number one, there's a lot of different layers to this league, which is awesome, right? First thing is trying to figure out what car is the best, the best rig to get in for the race, and then as much free time as I can get, try to put in some laps, with the same settings on, just to see what that tire and fuel is going to do, and honestly, just hope that works out in the grand scheme of things, right? Just trying to piece together the best strategy that I can, with the limited practice laps that you can get in. So yeah, I think it's a really, it's a good setup. It's tough. It makes your mind work. You pull into the pits every time, and you got the brain is working overtime trying to calculate, how much fuel I got to put in to get, across the line in time. And that's the cool thing about endurance, where it's a timeline, right? It's not, you don't have a finite amount of laps. You gotta figure it out on the fly. So I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of really good races, lots of good racers in this division that I've raced with before, and some new ones, and it's going to be a fun season.
and stream didn't hear any of that, but that's all right. But anyways, I mean, great racing from you tonight. You come in first time for the season, your first DMJ league race here, and you come in with a big win, and on a historical night here for the Pro-Am division as well. So some accolades to add to that win. And anything else you want to add, of course, to your race and your shout outs and thank yous?
Yeah, no, just obviously really happy with the race. Awesome, clean racing. It's going to be a lot of fun with racing with everybody this year. And from a shout outs and thank yous, obviously, DMJ, for putting on this league, you Ghost, organizing all this stuff, plus doing the streaming is fantastic, and the other admins that are involved. Same as the other fellows, wife and kids. They let me sit behind this wheel longer than I probably should some days. So you got to give a shout out to them. First and foremost, the team. VPR, Victory Pace Racing. The boys. We have lots of laughs, but we push each other, and the amount of improvement that I've seen so far. Just in the last 2-3 months. With putting a lot of time with these fellows and having lots of good laughs is priceless. And obviously our sponsors for the team, Munson Restaurant Group, IMB Racewear, Capral Sim, and Lily Alta Entertainment. They give us the opportunity to do what we do and have lots of fun every day. So looking forward to the next race, and hopefully we can repeat this performance in number 2.
Absolutely, and I mean, huge win for you, and I'm sure much like the ATK team, and of course, the Apex Clubhouse is probably popping with ATB in there right now. We're going to let you go to your clubhouse to celebrate with your team as well, because I'm sure there's lots to talk about over there in the VPR Clubhouse right now, ladies and gentlemen, as CB Matt starts off Season 3 with a bang and a race win and pole position point. Congratulations, a great win for you this season. Can't wait to see what you have for us next season. Next round, sorry. And of course, thank you for taking your time to come and talk to us here tonight. We do appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm done fumbling over my own words for an evening, I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. Let's talk about this start this season. We've had two divisions run our Choice of Weapons Season 3 here from DMJ Vroom Room. Both races were absolutely fantastic in their own rights. I want to start off by thanking, of course, our volunteers and our track officials and everybody involved over here in France at St. Croix B for allowing us to absolutely tear up their beautiful racetrack in the absolute beautiful scenery around it. It's been an absolute pleasure. They've been very, very accommodating, and it was some great time here while these drivers really tested and tuned to get ready for round 1 here in the series. Secondly, I want to thank the staff over at GT45 Gaming, our admins, for all the work they do behind the scenes, our stewarding staff for all the work they're about to be doing behind the scenes throughout the season. I can't do it without the staff. They're really, really huge in the process of what happens here at GT45 Gaming for DMJ Vroom Vroom North America. I mean, massive shout out to DMJ Vroom Vroom. They present the series. They bring this down here to North America and let us have some fun. They let us rip up racetracks for some championship prizes. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. LWR Designs, WPR, and D-Dot Racing, we appreciate you guys. D-Dot 90, the resident host over in the EU division, ladies and gentlemen. They run, I think it's like 3 days a week right now. DMJ Vroom Room events. I believe there's an ACC event going on in collaboration as well over there. So lots happening here at DMJ, ladies and gentlemen. 8 seasons, Leandro. 5 seasons in the EU side. Season 5 is currently running, and this is my season 3, so 8 full seasons now. Yeah, thank you, Cho. Appreciate you for being my thesaurus brother. That's why I asked the chat, man. The chat's always got my back. We appreciate the chat. To the rest of the races on track tonight, you cannot take away anything. Yes, we have podium finishers, but we also have a full field of drivers behind those podium finishers, and we don't make a race without every single driver on track. So first and foremost, thank you to every racer, their teams, their families for allowing them to be out here to play with us tonight and put on a show for us to sit here and watch and enjoy from our homes. We really do appreciate it. I want to thank Gran Turismo 7 and Polyphony Digital for the platform to provide our league races on, of course, and most importantly, the legends, the fans, the viewers in here blowing the chats up, absolutely cheering the fans on. You guys, you gals, boys and girls out there are the biggest reason and the biggest drive that the drivers want to come out week in and week out to do this They love you guys for it. They love coming in to see the chats after the races, after they rewatch the streams, after the race. They love you guys for it. They appreciate you. We appreciate you at GT45 Gaming and DMJ Vroom Room. Great racing tonight. Great racing here in week 1. Week 2 goes off the 21st of this month, ladies and gentlemen. Next Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be qualifying start. Stream is intended to start 20 minutes before that. So, I hope everybody enjoyed the return of DMJ Vroom Room North America, because I know I am so happy it is back. The drivers are happy it's back. The viewers at home, are you happy it's back? Tune in next week to let us know. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit the socials up. Make sure you guys go smash the likes and the shares on the reels and the shorts. We're going to be putting out some YouTube videos with highlight reels from each week's races as well. Make sure you guys, if you're not following the socials, get over there, start following them, because we're going to be throwing stuff all over the place. There is DMJ content coming through every screen on every piece of technology device that allows it here from GT45 Gaming this season. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to send you off with DMJ Sprint Night Week 2 highlight videos and a little song to send you along your way for this evening. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I am the host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Stay winning. And remember, folks, you all matter.